Hi everyone, welcome to our frequently asked questions about interviewing at Pitzer webinar. My name is Natalia Duran and I'm an admission counselor here at Pitzer, and today I'm joined by my colleague Danya.
Hi, I'm Danya. I'm a current alumni interviewer and previously worked in the office as a fellow.
Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into our questions. So my first question for Danya is, what should I expect during my virtual interview with Pitzer College?
Yeah, absolutely. So Pitzer interviews are usually about 20 to 25 minutes and are typically held with current Pitzer students, generally senior admission fellows. This is a college interview, but Pitzer does strive to make sure that our students are comfortable and ready to tell us why they're excited for college. We're currently only offering virtual interviews, so do remember to be prompt since the Zoom room will open exactly at your assigned time. Our next question is, what should I wear during my interview?
Yeah, so even though all interviews will be held virtually this fall, be sure that your clothing is clean and well kept, and that that doesn't mean that you should wear a full suit in your bedroom. That's completely fine. You just need to find kind of a middle ground of clean clothing that you can wear during an interview setting. So yeah, don't show up in your pajamas, but not a suit. Somewhere in the middle. All right, so who will be conducting my interview?
So this is going to depend on the type of interview that you sign up for. If you register for a regular interview, you'll most likely be interviewed by an admission fellow who's a current senior at Pitzer. Occasionally, an admission counselor may conduct an interview, but not super common, but don't be surprised if you see it. If you request an alumni interview, then you'll be virtually meeting with a Pitzer alum that lives in your region. What types of questions will be asked?
So every interview is a little bit different at Pitzer. We typically ask you about the following topics: your high school experience, which includes things like your classes, your activities, your grades, things like that. But at the same time, we will ask you about your favorite subject, potential majors that you're thinking about for college, extracurricular activities that you're doing outside of class, whatever you're up to during this pandemic. And at the same time, we will ask you about your interest in Pitzer. So why us versus any of the other small liberal arts colleges that are in Southern California? All right, so will there be time for me to ask questions?
Yes, we offer informational interviews that not only allow us to learn more about you, but you can also ask your interviewer more about Pitzer. This is a good time to ask any questions that you may have or anything that comes up during the interview as well. What do I do if I need to cancel my interview?
So there is actually an interview link in your email to actually cancel your interview. So you can go ahead, it's called a confirmation email. Check your email after you've signed up for an interview and you'll see it there. If you need to cancel, you can use that link. If you signed up for an alumni interview, though, that will be a little bit different. You'll be contacting your alumni interviewer directly and letting them know that you won't be able to make it. Due to the high volume of requests that we receive for interview requests, we cannot guarantee that you'll be able to reschedule an interview if you do cancel it. So it's one thing to keep in mind. If you're unable to find that link in the email, that's completely fine. You can also reach out to our office. You can call us at 909-621-8129, or you can email our office at admission@pitzer.edu if you're unable to cancel. All right, so are interviews required at Pitzer?
Interviews are completely optional at Pitzer and are viewed as a supplemental piece of your application. Seeing as our office is so small, there's no way that we'd be able to offer interviews to all 4,000 applicants. If you feel that speaking with an admissions representative in an interview setting would benefit you, you can sign up for one as well. But with that in mind, don't feel pressured to complete an interview if you're not comfortable doing so. Interviews do count towards demonstrated interest, but there are so many other ways that you can show your love for Pitzer. Do you have any last minute tips?
Definitely do. So the big one that we would say is make sure that you attend an information session or tour before signing up for an interview. Everything will be virtual this fall, so we do have virtual info sessions, virtual tours. This will give you an idea of what to expect before going into your interview. It'll make sure that you know a little bit about our core values, which is my next tip for you. Make sure you learn about the core values. They are a big part of our application process, and they go along with the interview at the same time. So make sure you read up on environmental sustainability and intercultural understanding, interdisciplinary learning, social responsibility, and student engagement before you step foot in your interview setting. Next, I would say always come prepared with questions for your interviewer. All of our interviewers are full of knowledge. Like we said, they're usually seniors here at Pitzer, so make sure that you take advantage of your time with them and get to know about their Pitzer experience. After that, I would say to make sure that you have fun. Our admissions process is meant for you to actually ask questions, get to know us really well. It's not so much of a strict interview setting. Like we said, it is more of a conversation that you actually have with our admissions office. So be sure to bring your whole self to the interview and be prepared for that. And at the end, of course, there's always time to reach out for any questions to our admissions office if you don't have a chance to actually really talk to your interviewer or you have follow-up questions after the interview. So those are our biggest tips and advice. Other than that, if you have any follow-up questions, you can always reach out to our office. Like we said, call or email us. We'll both be in the office, but you can let us know about any questions that you may have. Alrighty, well, thank you so much for enjoying our video. Let us know if you have any other questions. Thanks.